Welcome back to DC Junction. I'm Mike.
And this is Matthew. I don't know.
Welcome back to our weekly check-in with the world of DC, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, not a lot going on right now.
Got a weird thing.
We burned our banked episode last week for those of you who did tune in. But we were kind of holding out for one more week to see if get some extra DC. Nothing. And at the time we're recording this, we haven't seen episode 7 of Peacemaker yet. So thank you to everybody that tuned in for our last one. That's for sure.
Yes.
And if you haven't already subscribed, so you don't miss those when they drop, we drop those.
Drinking my coffee. Hold on. There we go.
Fine. We drop those as soon as they are done in the edit. They go straight to YouTube, and then I go right back to the edit for the inevitable copyright block. Got to trim some more stuff out, sort of thing. Anyway, so make sure you stick around for those. So we're just going to get straight into we're just going to skip the news today because there's really not any. The most you want some. Here's the most I'll give you. Superman continues to crush it on HBO Max. I think they said it had like 10 million people tuned in, or 10 million tuned in like the first week. Holy shit. He says they are still very much hard at work on active development of Batman the Brave and the Bold and making sure they get the script correct. Matt Reeves continues to drop little of the Batman Part 2 and who the villain's going to be. My money's on Hush. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm like, just say it's Hush.
Just say it's Hush. Just which yay. Very cool. But yeah, at this point, and then just the occasional set photo continues to come out from Clayface, and still waiting on anything from Supergirl or Lanterns. James Gunn did confirm that he is not going to be at Comic-Con this month, so it's all comic books.
Or he has very little to do with Green Lantern, and the crew of Green Lantern will be there, and he just won't be.
Well,
that is probably not the case, but I'm just saying.
I feel like, but that's probably not the case. But who's to say? So, with all that being out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our main topic. We are ranking DC animated movies. Now, you guys, if you've been with us since the beginning, first of all, kudos to you. Seriously, and also hi, Mom. But we. You've probably might be thinking, like, have you guys done this already? Yeah, to an extent. We did the worst DC animated films.
Yes.
And we ranked the Batman ones. The Batman.
Yes, I think so, yes.
But we never really did like just kind of DC at large. And we're keeping ourselves, as I forget that my watch is currently on. We're not stopping ourselves from including a Batman in this, but we're like, okay, what do we think are the three best animated DC movies? Yeah,
let me interject for a second, brother, whenever you're ready. Sorry. No, I was just saying, is like we the way we met is we were fans of a podcast called Top 10.
Yes.
And the biggest problem they had is they did not start by splitting the atom.
Yeah.
So then they had to start splitting the atom. And by that, I mean, like, hey, what is our top 10 superhero movies? Then they had to do top 10 DC, top 10 Marvel, top 10 Marvel that isn't this, top 10 DC that was, and they had to keep like almost talking about the same things over and over again. So what we decided early on is like, let's start by splitting the atom.
Because we were already a Batman-centric podcast at the time, because there was tons of Batman stuff going on.
Yeah. But then I think what happened is, we burned through a lot of that before we did video. And there's a lot of episodes that we keep talking about revisiting.
Yeah.
Because that was pre-video. And not that, I mean, I'd love to believe that you guys see us here and go, you know what? I'm going to go listen to all their previous episodes. But the reports say otherwise.
Yeah. The analytics that we actually do look at, believe it or not, because we do actually make an effort with this, suggest otherwise. So we're going to start. And if you are curious, those are in the We Are the Batman playlist. They're in audio form on there. By all means, feel free. But we're going to, we're gonna start revisiting some of those older topics that we've covered, because it's been 3 years. We've revisited, new things have come out, opinions have changed, and so who's to say?
Yeah. And I'm going to put it out there, volleyball up. If you guys have any top 3, anything related to DC that you want to hear us discuss, drop it in the comments.
Yeah. And
just
while
say,
you're
hey,
down there, just
subscribe, like,
or let us know on
like
social media at DC Junction. Seriously, like follow us on Threads, not for nothing else, at DC Junction. We post polls over there that y'all love to vote on. And every once in a while, I come up with a meme and I post it, and y'all like the shit out of it, but not one of you fucking follows us on there. Gee, we've been sitting at 27 followers on Threads for God knows how long.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, follow us, people.
Yeah. If you get us, wait, what's today's date?
Today
I don't know why I'm looking at my watch.
Well, we're recording this on October 1st. This is dropping on October 3rd.
Okay. If by October 10th, my anniversary, we have 50 subscribers, I will release tons of embarrassing cosplay photos of myself in previous Batman outfits.
And as somebody who currently has copies of these at his disposal to release via blackmail whenever he so chooses, they're worth it.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your challenge. Get us to 50 by the 10th. Yeah. You get us to 100 by the end of the month on Threads.
You guys get us to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. He'll do it. I'm just saying. So anyway, yeah, we're going to start revisiting some of those topics. So this was a good one to start with because, just last month, the Aztec Batman animated one released, which I haven't watched. You haven't watched. I had no intention of watching it. If the people so demand it, we could be persuaded once we're done watching Peacemaker. Because we are kicking around the idea of watching and reacting to some other things after Peacemaker.
We have one in the chamber that we're waiting.
We're waiting for the right opportunity to drop. We recorded it months ago. I don't even remember how long ago, but it's sitting there waiting to be chopped in. So let's get into this. Let's talk. So we're just gonna do our top 3. Because just for the sake of time and because Lord knows, as you guys can already tell, we diatribe ad nauseum. Yeah. So 3 films gives us plenty of time to fill 30 miness plus of an episode.
I don't know how to spell digress, but I know how to do it.
Oh, digreess, right? That's got to be what it is.
Anyway, what did I just say?
What have I done? What have we done? All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Matt, I've talked so much already, so I want you to go ahead and give me your. And by the way, we limited ourselves to home releases only.
Yes.
Not the theatrical ones, because while it doesn't affect Matt's, it ultimately wildly dominates mine. And it makes it also Batman dominated. So in the interest of forcing me to have some diversity a little bit, it's home releases only. So Matt, I'm gonna let you do your number 3.
I'm gonna go. So basically it's kind of funny because I have done this topic on several podcasts. Okay. So I literally went back to re-listen to some of them to go like, am I still there? And surprisingly not that different. But like the big thing for me is it's easy to do just the Batman ones or just the Justice League ones or all of them together. But the problem honestly is, and this is for me, I don't know about you, is like, I just don't find, like, how do I say this? None of them. Nope, that's not even true. All right, let me try this again.
Just say what you're feeling. Just say what you're feeling. I know you're trying to be nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Just say what you're feeling.
Even with the MCU, I know it's weird to say this. It's like Captain America: Winter Soldier is my favorite one. Thor: Ragnarok is my number 2, and then it's like everything else. Mm-hmm. And you have some of those where I'm like, you know what? No, I've never gone back to watch Thor: The Dark World. I'll probably never go see Eternals or Marvels again. But I don't know that I've been totally disgusted by anything that Marvel, the MCU. Well, maybe Moon Knight. But
you shut your mouth, sir.
Hey, I have my reasons, which we will discuss on the podcast. We are the Moon Knight that will start next year. But I think with this, it was also that same thing of like, I have my 2 favorites. And then I think there's this level of like, these are the 9 that I watch occasionally all the time.
Okay, that's fair.
So it was just like, okay, where am I? So I had to go listen to those other ones, and it kind of evened it out. But ultimately, it's just these direct to DVDs,
Mm.
and some of them are really good, and some of them are meh.
Yeah, we've
And
we've covered the worst, and I'm
oh
pretty sure
god,
that list has not changed. So by all means, go back and listen to that audio only episode.
I don't
Um,
know. I think my bottom three has changed to Infinite Crisis Part 1, 2,
oh,
3.
actually, you know what? That's fair. Yeah, those were bad. That's true. Yeah, there you go. We did our worst just now. You know what it is? Crisis on Infinite Earths parts 1, 2, and 3.
There you go. Yeah.
Wolf.
Oh, what a waste
All
of
right, Matt.
time.
What's your number 3 favorite? What's your third
Okay.
favorite DC animated home release movie?
I'm still even teetering on the two that I honed it down to,
Oh
but I'm
no.
just gonna toss it out there, and I'm gonna go by rewatch the number of times I've rewatched it, and it's gonna be Justice League War.
Ooh, I thought about that one. I really did because I've watched that like in like this calendar year. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I think there's a couple things that I really like about this. Like, I would have never had in mind ever that Alan Tudyk would be a phenomenal Superman, and he's amazing in this movie as Superman. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't know who thought that was a thing, and the fact that he plays him, it's just weird but great. Um, but I really liked. I did enjoy. This is probably one of three things out of the New 52 I enjoyed, which is their reboot of Justice League. And even though they changed Aquaman for Shazam, I really thought this was a very well put together story. Like they did a great job of translating it. I like some of the changes they made. Um, Green Lantern finally gets some shine, even though it's kind of because of how bad he is at being a team member. But I just thought there were tons of great moments. And even at its detriment, the amount it kind of adheres to that comic, I appreciated. You know what I mean? So I love watching it. I like this is, in my opinion, the way this Batman behaves with everybody else is what I've been dying to see in live action. This, like, I don't like any of you, but I know I need you to be part of this team. So that's why I really, really like this Justice League War. I've seen it a lot, and I think it was a great reboot of this cartoon universe. And it's unfortunate that it was the best of all of them.
I was gonna say, sure, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, it was a great reboot to this universe that didn't hold up to it very well by the
that
end.
that slowly started pooping itself
Woo!
more and more.
The ones that didn't have Batman in them anyway, and even
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
Yeah, well, to your point, I mean, you mentioned like, yeah, because one of its strengths is that it adheres so well to the book. Because yeah, I mean, like, say what you will about the New 52, but like that book was really good. That
yeah,
was the one that made me go, okay, so there is something
yeah,
to this whole rebooting the thing. And it's kind of like The Last of Us, like that game, the story of that video game is so, I didn't play the game, but it's known for being like so good. It's like, well, all they
yeah,
have to do is just adapt that 1-to-1 and it's going to be good, you
yeah.
know? So yeah, as long as they can do that book half as much justice, you're guaranteed to do good. And also, this is where we get introduced to like Jason O'Mara's Batman.
Which
Uh,
I
I,
liked him. I wish
yeah,
he had more to do as the character.
yeah. I go back and forth on it. It's there's just, for me, my biggest problem has always just been just not enough distinction between his Bruce Wayne and his Batman. They're 1-to-1.
Yes.
And also, and this isn't really his fault, but it's just his Batmans are all Damian Wayne focused, and I could not
Yes.
care less. As good as some of, as great, I mean, great as some of, but anyway, but as far as Justice League War goes, I mean, there are some genuinely iconic moments in that story and in that movie, you know, whether it's the banter between Batman and Green Lantern, Green Lantern getting his shit absolutely rocked by parademons. Oh,
Yeah.
so good. The absolute like hardcore violence they unleash on Darkseid, just sword to the eyeball.
Yeah.
Just boom, you know, like no, like yeah, this movie goes harder than I think it kind of almost has any right to. I'll be honest with you.
Well, and the funny thing is this version of Superman is that new 52. He's a little more
Of a dick.
yes. So my favorite moment is when he's fighting Batman and Batman like throws all this stuff at him and does something to like smoke screen and he's like, I can still see you. And it's just like crap.
Well, I also like the way they get their introduction just out of the way. It's like, yeah, you bruise, but you don't kill, do you, Clark?
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, got it.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, that is exactly how fast that should go. Yeah, really good one, man. Yeah, I thought about it. I really did. It's just it's not because of the rest of the new 52 stuff.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
You know,
I know
it's kind of like the Matrix. Like the first Matrix is really good, but all of the rest of them are hot trash. Yes, including the new one.
Definitely the new one.
So it kind of makes you think, like, was the first one ever even that good to begin with? And yes, it was. It's just everything else sucked.
Yeah.
All right, me next.
Of course.
All right. So my number.
Is there a third person here that
I didn't know if we were going to go all three?
And our new guest.
No, we thought about it, but right now, no.
Yeah, what you got?
We don't need anybody getting in the way of this. My number 3 might surprise you, not because of who it is, but just because of where they're at on the list. Number 3 is Constantine: City of Demons.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
He's number 3 on this list because similar to you, my first thing was like, what are just like instinctively, if I had to like say, if I want to watch a DC animated movie right now, what are the 3 that I'm just pulling out of the top of my head? If I can go over on Max right now, what are the first 3 I would try to find? And then I just kind of ranked them by like, you know, just kind of like how much they just kind of like, and Constantine's one of those like, this is more just like, this is that just like good, kind of like Justice League War. It's good adaptation of what, because I'm trying to remember what the name of, I'm going to pull it up. What is the name? All His Engines. And it's like, other than the stuff in the middle and kind of how it ends, like 1-to-1 are a little different, but like the nature of the story and all that are very, it's kind of like how they did with Dangerous Habits with the Constantine movie. It's like, it's close enough. You know what I mean?
You know what this is. We're just gonna tweak things here and
there. We're gonna because this actually does take place in the new 52 animated universe. Actually, it's how he gets to Los Angeles and all that. The reason I put it at number 3 is just because some of the stuff they add in the middle does drag a little bit. A little draggy. But like, if you just want like animated gothic religious occultish horror with, you know, all the gore, nothing like it, this is because this is hard, this is as hard R as a animated thing can get. I mean, it's violent, gory, cursing. It's a Constantine, it's a Hellblazer animated thing. But it's also Matt Ryan as John Constantine, who is the only person other than Keanu Reeves that should probably ever play Constantine ever again, ever. It's just, so it's one of those, like, it's if you were a Constantine fan, this is everything you want from a, you know, it's the mystery. It's not just like in Justice League Dark, which I do like, but it's not just him throwing fireballs and cracking jokes. Like, it's actually like Constantine doing Constantine magic, pulling one over on demons and fucking over the people he loves in the process, but also in a way that's like, look, yeah, you're gonna hate me today, but you're gonna thank me tomorrow, kind of situation. So it's yeah, I don't know. You've probably never seen this one.
I haven't, and this is where like
this is not your thing.
This is not my thing. And
Yeah.
and as much as I love the Constantine live action movie, I love it because it's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things like I do need to dive into this. And I keep telling myself, like, just do it.
Do it with me.
Yes.
And
that's why,
honest to God, you might just need to do it with me, like here.
I mean, that might be something.
You might need
that
to,
might
yeah.
be something.
That
Because
might be something.
that's the thing is it sounds weird to say it this way. You're my little bro. I want to love
Right.
the things you love. But I just like have not taken the time to watch this, and I really should.
Because I've been thinking the same thing about like Batman Beyond. It's like, because I know that's something you've never really dived into either. And it's one of those, I feel like if you like really just like maybe when Peacemaker's over, we should look at revisiting some stuff.
I've tried, and I think the biggest problem with Batman Beyond is I can't get my kids into it.
That's fair. You need to watch.
So like they now, you know, we'll watch Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl all day, or Teen Titans Go. They love that, but like I think my son almost got into it, and then I think like 2 or 3 episodes in, he just kind of was like, "So why is this guy Batman?" And I'm like, "Just watch the show.
Just watch the show. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Why does my camera always lose focus? I hate this so much.
But you're too pretty. You're too pretty.
Cool. But yeah, my number 3 is Constantine, City of Demons. I really don't know what else to say about it. That I other than without spoiling it, other than just like,
there you go.
It's
just good.
It's just really good Constantine dark occult mystery storytelling.
Are there 2 or just 1?
So it was a 2-part online series that they released on, I think, on CW Seed at this, because that was what they were using at the time. And then they released it as a whole DVD Blu-ray thing a few months later.
I'll try. I need to give it a shot. I
think it's on Max. I think, or one of the streaming services.
Yeah,
I have it on Blu-ray. But
everything's on Max right now, except for
pretty much. Except for well, we'll talk about it later. But except for my number 1. But anyway, that's another story. All right, let's go to your number 2, man. My
number 2 is Justice League Doom.
You have no idea how hard it was for me to keep that off my list. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was one of my favorites for the longest time. It was so hard to leave that one off. Please talk about this movie, because I love this movie.
I think number 1, it's one of the only ones that's like a continuation of the Justice League show, because I think they bring pretty much everybody back except for
it's because Alan Tudyk's new. It's not a continuation of the show, but it is the first one that's like in like part of a continuing universe. It is part of a continuity. It's one of the first ones that's actually part of a continuity in the DCA. We've covered this.
Yes, it's kind of can be. It doesn't need to be, but it could be. But it's a majority of the cast back.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman's back. Batman's Batman's back.
Batman's back. Superman's back.
It's Michael Rosenbaum's back.
Michael Rosenbaum's back.
Most of them. I think the big one that's different is that they have Hal Jordan instead of John Stewart as Green Lantern.
Well, and it's Nathan Fillion.
So it's Nathan Fillion, because he was Green Lantern for the longest time in the animated stuff. But no, I
think this is his first animated thing. I think this was his
no. He was Steve Trevor first.
Oh, I thought, yes, you're right. I meant like as Hal Jordan.
As Hal Jordan, this was his first time.
Then he goes and does it a bunch of times. I think. Doesn't matter.
Anyway, point being, this show is awesome.
This movie's really good.
It adapts one of my favorite Justice League comic books of all time, which is Justice League Tower of Babel, which is when Ra's al Ghul steals all Batman's secrets and uses them to take out the Justice League while he takes language from people. I love the comic. I love that idea of like Batman's so paranoid he has ways to take out the Justice League, and then somebody gets those plans and executes them.
Yeah.
I know in the movie they changed it to Vandal Savage instead of Ra's al Ghul, which I think makes more sense because he's more of a Justice League villain
And
than just a Batman villain.
This is when they were really trying to make Vandal Savage a thing, because a couple years later, he's the villain on Legends of Tomorrow. He's on Young Justice.
He was a big bad in the Justice League show.
He was, yeah. So they were trying to make Vandal Savage kind of a thing at this point.
It's an immortal dude that can't die, be around forever. It's great,
very cool villain.
But no, I think one, having everybody back for the voice cast is great. Two, especially Kevin. The writing is outstanding. I really like just the way they do the team dynamics in this show, and then just having that whole moment at the end where he's like, "Hey, if you guys don't understand why I'm doing this, then I don't know why I'm here."
It's not really a happy ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it gives us kind of a gray ending, a little bit of, this is the first time I think we've ever really been confronted, like that kind of forced people who maybe grew up with the cartoon show, the kids friendly one, even though he was a part-timer on that, kind of the first one that confronted the idea of like Batman, isn't always a team player.
Yeah. Well, that was the one thing I didn't like about that one finale, where it was Hawk Girl who was doing all the files instead of Batman. And I was like, okay, but no.
Yeah,
but
they didn't handle Hawk Girl the best on the show.
Yeah.
But
no, I think that this movie is great. I love watching it. So many great lines. What if I move the earth just a little bit?
Even if I had a week, I couldn't tell you how many.
All the ways that'd be wrong.
The dialogue, especially like the quips, the dialogue in this movie is fantastic. Oh, it's so good. Like, damn it, you took my favorite line. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's my favorite line in the whole damn movie. It's such a good line.
Yeah. But no, I think like this is one of those, like, I could watch this every week.
Well, even like when you look at the fact they get Carlos Alazraqui as Bane, which means nothing to a lot of people, but I mean, that's big for me. Like, he's such a good get for that. And you get, and I am blanking on his name as the voice of Metallo, but who then is in the Arrowverse as Laurel's dad, Laura and Sarah's dad.
I know who you're talking about, because he was on
he was Harry Dresden on Dresden Files.
Yeah, there you go. That's who he was.
What is his name? Doesn't matter. It does matter, but he's Metallo out of all people. It's a good, and you get the Royal Flush Gang, who was one of my really, I love the Royal Flush Gang. Super underrated DC villain.
Paul Blackthorne.
Paul Blackthorne. Thank you very much.
I'm there.
Really like him. British. Not a lot of folks know that.
No.
Good movie, man. I have talked more about your movie than you have. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I love it. Like it really does. Like, it has great action. Again, this is that whole thing where I love Batman in the Justice League doing the thing Batman does to his sidekicks to gods. It's what I really like. You had it there, Justice League, Snyder, whatever.
So
it was there.
Close.
You were there, and you just dropped it. But see, so we're gonna digress.
Yeah.
Which actor who's played Batman in live action do you think could do the best condescending discussion with the rest of Justice League? Go.
So far that we've had, Ben Affleck.
You think Ben Affleck?
1000% Ben Affleck.
With or without the Boston accent?
I don't give a fuck. I think, well, look, Pattinson had kind of an accent. A lot of folks don't mention they gave Pattinson a skosh of an accent.
Yes, I do.
Which I actually thought was a neat trick. I think Ben Affleck would, honestly.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Bale just didn't, I don't know. Bale had was great as Batman, but even when he was in scenes with other actors like Commissioner Gordon, it was always just, and maybe it was how it was shot, but it was always just Batman. I don't know.
Yeah.
Affleck's the only one that ever really did.
Look, all I can say is I just need a scene where, like he's talking to Superman and Wonder Woman, and then somebody comes out with some kryptonite or something, and then Batman comes out from a corner. He's like, Metallo, the bad cap. And just goes into this Tombstone Doc Holliday thing. Oh, Metallo, I forgot you were there. You may go now.
You come up with some weird shit sometimes.
Yeah, Batman, do you want to meet the police commissioner of Metropolis? Clark, you damn you, Clark.
I don't even know what voice you're trying to do. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know what you're trying to
Doc Holliday from Tombstone. That whole scene where Johnny Tyler.
Okay. I get okay.
Yeah,
right,
I know.
That would be funny. Sorry. You see, I was on board and then you tried to do it and I was like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
My wife loves making fun of me for not being able to do accents. I'm a great actor. Can't do it with accents to save my life.
Great.
Maybe great's not the right.
We both said
it. Yeah, not shit as an actor. Here we go.
I'm not. Oh God!
What's your number 2?
Is that where we're at? I don't even remember where we're at. Yeah, what's my number 2?
Number 2 movie in this list.
My number 2 actually might surprise you because it's Superman Unbound.
Yeah, I can see that
because that's one that and I know you and I have talked about it. It's one that I only really in the last year or so really got back into. It's one that I remember watching. I think when it first came out.
Yeah.
And just being like, oh, this is good. And then for whatever reason,
it just disappeared.
It just went from my brain. Yeah. I forgot it ever existed. And then I think it was earlier this year when I was just laid up sick. When I was laid up for 3 months, I was just watching everything DC. And I was like, Superman I don't remember anything about and I watched it. I think I remember texting you dude, this movie's good.
Yeah.
Dude, this movie's real good. The animation's a little something to deal. A little. It depends on your more of a taste thing. This movie's real good.
See, that's the same thing that happened with Superman, All-Star Superman. I know for a fact, I watch every single one of these things that comes out. Mm-hmm. I had zero memory of that movie.
Well, I told you, I thought I watched it. Turns out, I don't know what I watched. Wasn't All-Star Superman.
Yeah.
So,
but there's 3 of those Superman movies that all came out around us. You have Superman Unchained, Superman Unbound, All-Star Superman, Superman Red Sun, and I think they've all just kind of molded together.
I think so. Well, there was a ton of those things coming out at that time. Yeah. But Superman Unbound really I
thought it was really good.
Really surprised me with just a good different take on a Superman Brainiac story.
That's when he starts out in the leather jacket with the flight helmet, right? At the beginning, and then he eventually gets the suit.
No, this is the one that starts out with a helicopter, and then they get taken out by Supergirl because Superman's off doing something else, and they're like, "Wait, the skirt's the bad cop?"
No, you're right. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Unchained.
You're thinking of Unchained.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
yes, all of it. Because Darren Criss is Superman in that one, right?
It's Superman Unbound. Yeah, it's Darren Criss. It's a very different voice. Or no, it's not Darren Criss. It's Matt Bomer from
in Unbound?
Yeah, it's Superman Unbound.
I think I've mixed mine up again.
I think you have too. It's Matt Bomer. He's been on he was on Chuck.
Oh, I know who he is.
He was on White Collar. He was on a bunch of he's on Doom Patrol as the
yes. Okay, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the wrong one. Yes, this one is very good as well.
But this is the one that's also got John Noble as Brainiac.
Yes, that's right.
You know what he's Diedrich Baders shows up in this at one point. But yeah, this is the one that made me when I heard Brainiac talking, I was like, I normally don't like to do this, but I was like, I gotta look up the voice cast one more. And I was like, John Noble. Oh my God.
I need some tomatoes.
I need some Sing me a song, Master Pippin. Oh yeah, this movie's the animation isn't my favorite.
No, the animation's weird. I think
It's a
that's what makes
little
it weird.
it's yeah, I don't know. It was different. It was going, they were doing something different, but this is good writing, good voice acting. Oh, the music's good. I remember texting you while watching it, like, dude, watch this the next chance. Like, this is good.
See, and Matt Bomer's one of those guys, because me and my wife were all into White Collar.
Mhm.
And I was like, this guy should be Superman. Like when because remember, this White Collar's going on while Man of Steel is about to come, is going in, like they're talking about doing it. And I'm like, if he didn't get it, he definitely read for it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I was really
Superman Unbound comes out in 2013. It comes out the same summer as Man of Steel.
Yeah. So he had already been doing White Collar for years.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was my thing. I was like, every time we watch the show, I'm like, this guy looks like a young Superman.
Yeah.
So
this was kind of this was kind of at the tail end of White Collar, because White Collar, it looks like, ends in the next year. I never watched White Collar, so
it was good, but
it's not my kind of show. I don't, other than just the animation is just not my thing from a taste perspective. I have no complaints about this movie, other than just, wow, I can't believe I forgot this. It's incredible to me it just kind of went in one ear and out the other. If you haven't watched Superman Unbound, do yourself a favor, like this weekend. Oh shit, is it good?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. Like when you made me rewatch it, I was like, yeah, this is good. The animation it's like Superman versus the Elite. The animation almost makes the movie weird. And you're like,
yeah,
I really wish we had better animation, because I love Superman the Elite. Anyway, we're going to get honorable mentions later.
Yeah, we'll do that later. So what's your number one? I'm curious.
I mean, to the surprise of nobody, it's Superman, Batman, Public Enemies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that tracks. That's a good one. That's a good movie.
It's a great movie. I can't not watch this all the time. Like, it's just phenomenal. And the thing of it is like, this is one of those times where I'm like, just get that script and make it live action.
Mm-hmm.
Get David Cornsweet and whatever rando you decide you want to have Batman be.
Yeah.
And make this movie live action.
Yeah.
You don't have to change a single thing, especially the Gunverse.
In the current James Gunn DCU, you don't gotta change a goddamn thing.
You ain't gonna change nothing. You make this post Man of Tomorrow for 2009 release. You don't have to change a single effing thing.
Not a fucking thing.
That's
so true. That's so true. Oh my God. You could absolutely make this movie today in the current James Gunn universe. I didn't even consider that. Oh my God. It's totally good.
It's just so good. And the thing of it is, the thing I like about it, and it's kind of funny. I don't know if I told you this last time, but when we did this for Fanboy Junction, my friend from the Nerdy Brew, he was going to guest on High Five. So Robert binged like 10 different animated movies to make sure he could do the list, because he hadn't watched a lot.
Wow.
And his number one was this. And he was like, you were right. Like, just their relationship, Superman and Batman, watching them be best friends. And
that's what yeah.
And that's the thing, is I think that's where, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but like BVS would have been so much better if we had established those two before that movie.
Yeah, I think that's common now. Even I, a staunch defender of that film, that it would have benefited from
any kind of But I think but Batman and Superman as best friends who don't line up theologically is amazing. And it works so well, because even though they don't line up with methods, there are certain things they agree on, thus the best friends. And this movie is the epitome of that. Plus that scene where all those villains try to attack them to get the bounty and they take out like 40 people and you just go like, why
I
do they have the Justice League?
I think about that scene all the time. Like, since you brought up the movie, I've just been thinking about the scene where they're like, why is Solomon Grundy speaking like
Yeah. So
like
eloquently.
so eloquently? All I forget what the joke they make is, but they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're like, and normally this guy, and it's because they're being controlled by
Gorilla Grodd.
was it Grodd? Yeah, it was Grundy and Mongol were being controlled by
Yeah.
Grodd after they just fought Captain Cold and Mr. Freeze, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is an embarrassment of riches. I'm so, and they're on the run from Power Girl, Captain Atom, and Major
Force
Major Force
and Black Lightning.
Was Black Lightning the other one? I knew there was a fourth one. Thank you. Yeah, I was just like, and Metallo's in this, and I'm like, this is, and then Toyman shows up, like, but to your point about the whole about it's about their friendship. I mean, I think about that line all the time at the end where where Superman thinks Batman's like, that was my best friend, and you just killed him. It's like, bro's gonna kill Lex Luthor.
Yeah, Lex Luthor, you're gonna break terminal velocity the wrong way.
Well, and this is I think this movie is part of the same continuity as Justice League Doom as well, because they reference this movie either in Doom or in the next movie that comes out.
Another one of those movies where, like,
it's still Kevin and Tim.
It's Kevin Conroy, but this is the first time Tim Daly came back to be Superman.
Wasn't Tim in? Doesn't matter. Yeah.
So that's where I think it was really cool, and it was also like, it's one of those ones where like it could be the sequel to this, or it could be a standalone thing.
Yeah,
it could be linked to, because I think Superman, Batman, Apocalypse is technically the direct sequel.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, where Supergirl shows up. But no, this movie's phenomenal. I love watching it. I'll watch it all the time. I mean, you can't not love this movie if you have any kind of semblance of understanding of who these two guys are.
Yeah, this is one that I very much look forward to undoubtedly seeing scenes pulled from in a future DC movie. But to your point, you could 1,000% do this in James Gunn's DCU, and it would be good. I also look forward to seeing Alfred with an elephant gun.
Yes, exactly.
I really hope we get to see that happen.
Yeah.
In James Gunn's DCU.
No one uses this door. Oh, you guys, hi.
I always love when I see the panel of like him loading 2 shells into a gun, just like, something about like, my master doesn't use guns. I subscribe to no such belief system.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So
what's your Uno, buddy?
So my Uno is a Batman one to complete utter shock of nobody. It's Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And for a plethora of reasons. I mean, yes, everyone knows. I mean, I know it's no surprise. Everyone loves this movie, but like, this was the one that I remember like seeing at the video store. And I wasn't familiar with the story. Yeah. I hadn't read the book at the time because, as we've covered many times on this show, late to a lot of things.
Just because she's a baby.
as a baby, and I was growing up at the time when we were in the Grant Morrison era of comics, and I grew up in a somewhat conservative household where they were like, oh yeah, Green Lantern's hanging out with his girlfriend and she might as well be naked. All right, Mike, you're not allowed to read comics for a long time.
Yeah.
So I hadn't read Under the Red Hood, but I just saw this and I was like, why is Batman hanging out with Deadpool? Because that's what it looked like to me. Yeah. So I think I rented it and watched it, and I was like, I have to know everything about this story. It was one of those, this was kind of, without this movie, this podcast doesn't exist.
That makes sense.
I will say that like this was the movie that really kind of blew my mind open to like, oh, I've missed out on so much in comics. Yeah. Because I saw this as a teenager, and it was like, oh, I've clearly it's time for me to get back into comics. And so this was kind of what got me into that revisionist sort of like, okay, or not revisionist, but like, let me go back and get caught up. So like, and now like I've read this book a gazillion times. This is the one that I think, like, similar to you, I think you could do in James Gunn's DCU tomorrow. And there was a point where I was like, you could also kind of do it with a lot of this cast. Not so much anymore.
At the time.
Yes. I do think there is something to be said for Jason Isaacs playing Ra's al Ghul to this day.
I wouldn't be against
I still think
all.
there's something to be said about that. I still think there's something to be said about about Jensen Ackles playing something other than Soldier Boy in The Boys. His Batman was neither here nor there in the Tomorrowverse, but I don't know. I think it'd be good, but this, I mean, yeah, this movie, like John DiMaggio's Joker is so scary.
The fact that nobody talks about his performance as Joker in this is insane.
Nobody brings him up. I did like, I don't remember what year it was, but one of the Comic Cons, there was like a Joker panel, and it was like him, Troy Baker, and I think one other actor, and they had like a Joker laugh off. I think it was the guy who was the guy that did it on the Batman.
Kevin Michael Richardson.
Yes, I think it was those three. And they had like a Joker laugh off. And John DiMaggio does not get credit enough for like how silly and, you know, Bender from Futurama like he is.
Yeah.
And then immediately goes into, and tell the big man I said hello. I remember because I remember watching that like on my computer, like with my headphones on and just going,
yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah. But the scene of him at the opening, you know, beating Jason Todd. I mean, it's so sinister, but that utter hysteria that John DiMaggio unleashes in that final scene, it's like, I'm the only one who's gonna get what he wants. Like that pure psychotic joy is like the stuff of it's what we should have had in Joker Folie à Deux from Joaquin Phoenix. You know what I mean? Still haven't seen it. And Bruce Greenwood's Batman is I mean, he conveys some serious pain because he's Batman through most of the movie, so there's not a lot of like animating of like the face and expression, so you got to do extra work when you're voice acting, and Bruce Greenwood does a good job in this.
I dare say Bruce Greenwood is a better seasoned Batman than most of the other. I don't want to say better than Kevin Conroy. It's when he gets to that level. You know what I mean?
I know when you're talking about like a Jason O'Mara New 52 Batman who's been around for a while, and who is like been through, who's got a bat family to interact with, who's been around for 20 something years, long enough. The
40-year-old Batman. Bruce Greenwood is
the Ben Affleck Batman. Basically,
the 30-something Batman Kevin Conroy kills.
Yes, the 50-year-old Batman.
Yeah, the 20-something Batman is Reno Romano. No, you know, speaking of Troy Baker, I think he's another one of those guys. Like, I think he does a great Batman.
He's a good Batman.
It's weird.
Batman. He's also a killer Joker.
He's a killer everything. Let's just say that right now.
Troy Baker's great at everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Under the Red Hood, like, and it's one of those too where I've always said, like, when we were first pitching, like, you know, ways to do DCU before James Gunn took over, like ways to fold in, I was like, you know, Batman Under the Red Hood based on the graphic novel is a great way to backdoor introduce some characters and concepts, you know, without necessarily committing too hard. Like, you can introduce a Zatanna, a Green Lantern, I dare say a John Constantine in a lot of ways in this story. But it's also a great way to play with the Bat family. It's a great way to do, if you want to introduce, because you don't want to do the origin story again. We are past Batman. Everyone agrees we're over it. But for people who aren't familiar with the story, the animated movie through its flashbacks and does such a great job of telling you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
So for someone like me who went into this movie truly as blind as you could, this is another one that I'm like, yeah, if you want to use this as your jumping off point for a new Batman, James Gunn, here's a story for you to get you to a world where we've had Dick Grayson, he's Nightwing, Jason Todd's in the wind. Now we can say that Tim Drake has already come and gone too, and you can still have Damian, and that can be your under the Reddit. I'd rather you didn't have Damian. I'd rather Damian was not a part of the conversation at all. It is what it is. But I think this is a similar to Public Enemies. This is just a very easy story with the current DC, because you've got Black Mask, you've got Joker, whoever the freaking weird assassins are that I think they made up for this. I'm not super sure that he
now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, you can get weird with this.
Yeah,
you know, you can have a little bit of there's the flashbacks of them fighting Riddler that are very hokey. So, you know, you can have fun with this one for sure. I love this movie.
I think it's really good. I just, you know, the way you feel at Damian is how I feel about Jason Todd.
That's fair. No, that's totally fair. I know.
But at the same time, it's a great story.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't breaking one of the Cardinal Sins of comics and bringing, because it used to be, don't bring back Uncle Ben, Bucky, or Jason Todd, and they've broken two of those.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think it's. But yeah, you said all the things. There's nothing else I can add.
I don't know, man. We would love to know what you guys think. Let us know down below in the comments. And on your way down there, please hit the subscribe button. Try to get to 500 by the end of the year. And the end of the year is creeping ever so closer.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
You know, Justice League War and Doom were two of them. I mean, for sure. Not really. I mean,
my only one was it was the one I was teetering back and forth in Justice League War. That was Batman versus Teenage Ninja Turtles.
That is a good one. That is a really good one. Also, I mentioned this earlier. Under the Red Hood, not on Max, not on HBO Max.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Super annoying. Really annoying, because I wanted to watch it a couple times and it's not available for streaming anywhere right now. That you don't have to pay for. I have it somewhere. I just gotta find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know and follow us on the social medias, especially on Threads, DC Junction. Follow me on all social media and Mr. Mike Shea.
Follow me across all social media at the Hustle Man.
That's going to do for this episode of We of DC. I almost said the old podcast outro. Whoa.
We're talking about Batman a lot. It's okay.
We talked about a lot of Batman today. Yes, we did. We'll see you guys next time. This is something DC talk about.
Bye-bye.